What is up, guys? Me and my buddy Matt were watching a documentary, basically about the United States, and kind of made me think about national debt, kind of a lot of things about how our country runs. And the biggest two things I always hear is that we are hogging way too many resources, deforestation, etc., etc. And I was trying to think of what's the biggest one that really could, in my opinion, affect us terribly. I mean, yeah, we have oil spills, we're draining so many natural resources, but I think the biggest one would be, in my opinion, the consumption of plants, trees, stuff like that, because those are in actual, perspective, the fact that that's the only reason we as humans can survive is because they produce oxygen, which is what we breathe. So, I can live with all the other things we're doing to the earth, not happy about it, it's especially, but deforestation, etc., that is something, we have children, we're leaving this world for, the next generation. And, if they keep doing what we teach them, eventually we're going to completely destroy this earth, and we as humans are not only going to kill ourselves, but every other animal on earth due to, the problems we've caused. So my thought about a good way to solve the problem is a big way that we consume trees is for the production of money. Money is the biggest circulated item out there, obviously. You can think of any single thing, how much is made of it, money, tenfold. So my thought on that was, obviously the world needs money. We need some form of currency to run properly. But when it comes to corporations in that especially trade overseas and stuff like that, they need it especially because they need to exchange that for the currency of that country to pay for it. But us as normal people don't. Us being people who don't often go to foreign places or often buy anything foreign, we don't need cash. So my thought about this would be to the government would have to create a credit card like idea. Basically, it's going to be a card, and basically what this would be is it would have your identification on it, like an actual photo of you that you have to re-up every year, actually implanted into the card. Everything, everywhere would have to change to an extent. I think what the government should do is completely repossess, take back every single dollar that we as people own, from businesses, from everywhere. Every dollar made in the United States should be repossessed, coins, everything. And I know a lot of people would have a problem with that, but what they would do is take that back and pay back every penny of foreign debt we owe. And that in turn would completely fix the fact that we are in so much debt, because they could finally pay it off. And it would be so much cheaper to produce money for foreign exchanges only, instead of for daily basis of us. So that card I was talking about earlier would be almost like a rewards points. Basically, when you get your card, I think what they should do is, since it's not going to cost them a penny to do it, you know what I mean? The government, would have to pay for all this, but once you finally get it going, it wouldn't cost them a penny to give you a little extra. So they would take every dollar you have and throw an extra 1,000 on there. And basically these points, in my opinion, should have the exact same value of $1. So we'll still keep going on the USD currency. So basically, like if you give them $500 and 80 cents, that's every penny and dollar you own. You give it to the government back, so they have every single dollar of that. And then they give you an extra 1,000 on your card. So this is going to work just like cash. You're going to go to places and spend it just like cash. They'll have a scanner, you can scan it, and it will withdraw the points from you. And when you work, at the end of every week or bi-weekly, however they pay you, they scan your points. They give you your points on your card. and the businesses would run on points too. Every place in the world, not in the world, my bad, every place in the United States would run on this point system. Now, what they're going to do is keep the banks. We don't want to cut those people off from jobs. Their job would just change, that they have to monitor the point system, how you store them, how you do that, etc. And then there's going to be one bank, one master bank in the world that is going to hold the cash. So all the leftover cash that we have after we pay off our debt is going to go there. They're also going to use resources to make that cash, and it would completely cut back on resources. And the only reason that we would even do that is so companies would take their points, go exchange them in to get the actual cash value, and then they would use that point system to go to a company in the United States to use the resources and do that, because everyone else is running on that point system. And then they trade those points in for cash to exchange or to buy or sell foreign. So they could use that cash and exchange it for foreign currency and do everything that way. So in turn, that would, I think in my mind, there's not a flaw with that. So we as people are going to go around, use our card, exchange, buy, sell, just like we normally do in exchange of points. And then companies would use those points as well to go to that master bank. There'll probably be more than one, but just a master bank in general, where you can do this. That should not be allowed to the public. The public should not ever have to see a dollar bill or coin again. And that should only be used for companies so that they can exchange foreignly, because unless other countries around the world we exchange with run on the same point system, it's completely useless. So I think we should do that. And at some point, if that works, then foreign countries themselves might say, hey, that's a really great system. Let's completely cut off dollar bills. Let's completely cut off our currency and run on a point system. That way we can exchange, and that way we can all run on a point system. Because what is money? It's just paper. It literally doesn't have that value you think it does. You have to really think that a dollar bill is really just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean a single thing. It's just how we trade and exchange to get things. So if the entire world was running on a single point system, we wouldn't use any trees to make bills anymore. We would be all completely digital and completely cut the use of trees. We're still going to be making paper and stuff like that, but even paper isn't a necessity. We're going digital with computers and stuff like that. The fact that people will still do paper and have you, print stuff off on paper and stuff like that is just because a lot of teachers are old school still, and really used to the day where you write and do all that stuff like that. No more checks, nothing like that. And I think that really cut back on the resources used in that sense. And I think it'd be a really, really good way for the United States to fix their debt problem. It may sound completely unrealistic, and you guys might not completely agree, or you might even find flaws that I hadn't really thought about. But that's my take on how possibly we could fix the national debt problem in the United States and get everybody on easy payment system. That would and just think of all the things that would cut. There'd be no more IRS. There'd be no debt. You as a person, and that's also my thought too, is if you're in debt by any sort of money, that they would completely wipe that. Because every penny in single dollar that they're getting back in the world, think about it, they're virtually getting back every dollar ever made. Except for those damaged and destroyed, But virtually, they're getting back every dollar they ever bought. And I think they should completely cut your debt, if you're in any debt, to completely cut it. To completely take away all the problems in the world that you have money-wise, because us giving them back, is a really large sacrifice on our part. And us trusting them with a really large decision. And them also to give you a little boost of 1,000 extra points, because, what is that to them anyways? It really holds no point, because they're not losing it in a sense. They're just giving it to us to spend, so companies can actually get cash and trade even more foreign-wise, where they're not losing a thing. Because when you start off, that point-based system really isn't going to be much. It's just going to be the start of it to get it rolling. And I think that would solve almost every person's problem. We need to cut the credit system, though. People need to... I know it's hard to live life, but if you do that, we're going to cut the IRS, cut all those debt collectors off, finally get our lives back on track, hopefully open up some jobs. There are going to be people who need to make them and regulate them, opening more jobs, hopefully, and people just get out there and start, finding those jobs that aren't out there right now that people are having a hard time with. And I also think that in turn two would help with illegal immigrants too. Not trying to say that I am against it by any means. I mean, you guys came here to live a better life, but it would, because in order to get this card, you have to prove your citizenship and prove that you're legal in every way, shape, or form to obtain this card. So the fact is that illegal immigrants can no longer live here making cash, because cash would be completely let go. There would be no such thing as cash anymore, and that they would have to get their own card with their name, a picture of them, and everything on there. So that would fix a lot of problems in this world if we kind of switch to that point system. I know it would also create a crap load of problems too, but I think those problems would be a lot less of a problem than the fact that we're destroying so many natural resources using cash and losing so many jobs due to illegal immigrants coming here and doing a lot of the jobs that a lot of us could be doing, but can't because a lot of companies hire cheaper so they don't have to waste so much money. So I think that would be really, really interesting to see how that would work out, and I just thought it was kind of an interesting idea. I hope you guys like it. Leave your video responses or comments below if you think this is just full of crap, or if you really think this would work or not, if you think it's a good idea. I think that's about it, so thanks for watching.